You could be making between $10,000 and $25,000 a month as a copywriter, but something's stopping you. What is it that copywriters like me, who've made over £81,000 in the last 9 months, are doing differently to you? What's the secret? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you the step-by-step process of how to turn the skill of copywriting into a 6-figure career rather than wasting your time practicing a skill that you're never going to be able to put into practice. But before we get into it, we need to answer my original question. Why is it that people like me are thriving in this industry, while people like you seem to be drowning in an endless wave of misfortune? What is that one key factor that separates me from you? The thing that's allowing me to make more than 5 figures per month as a copywriter? It's simple. It's my ability to close clients. That is the most important thing when becoming a copywriter. If you don't close clients, you're not going to get paid. So, how do you actually get clients? And how do you actually get them to pay you money? There's an abundance of outreach methods on the internet telling you the best outreach methods in the world to sign as many clients as possible. But what these outreach methods don't teach you is what to say to these prospects once they actually get back to you. Because the outreach methods that you're being taught, while they work, they're not extensive enough to teach you how to actually manipulate that conversation into an eventual sale. Now, yes, you might reach out to people on Instagram and you might send them a DM, giving them a compliment and then sending them some free value, but what happens when that conversation leads to a dead end? What do? How do you follow it up? Or if you send a cold email and it doesn't get a response, or your cold email gets a simple thank you and you don't see the conversation getting anywhere, what do you say? How do you actually follow the conversation up to push a conversation into an eventual sale? Well, in this video, you're about to find out, because I'm going to teach you the secrets of not only how to outreach to potential prospects, but how to ensnare their attention once you get a response, how to build interest, how to create consideration, and how to convert that client into an eventual sales call where you can close the deal and make money almost every single time that you send an outreach. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video, because I'm going to teach you the magnum opus of outreach methods so that you can close your first, second, and third client in just the next few weeks. And you can finally go home and tell your family, I did it. Make sure to give this video a like if it helps you, and check the description to sign up to my newsletter to see how I write my copywriting and how you can receive additional educational lessons directly to your inbox from me. And you'll also get access to my free community as well. So make sure you check the description, sign up to the newsletter, join my community, and join dozens of other entrepreneurs who are making waves in the copywriting community. Without further ado though, enjoy the video. So this is going to be the first part of a 3-part series where I teach you everything you need to know in order to sign as many clients as possible as a copywriter, or any business model, whatever you do. If you need to outreach and get clients, this is the video for you. This is the one that's going to teach you how to do it. Now, in this video, this is going to cover the outreach process. Now, like I said in the introduction, there's a bunch of outreach methods that you can find on YouTube, including my channel. If you have a look how I signed 15 clients in less than 2 months, you can have a look at the actual outreach method. This video is more about what to say once you get a response and how to actually manipulate these potential clients into paying you money, rather than just the, oh, this is how you send outreach. And this is actually going over the step-by-step process of how to manipulate them and get them to pay you. In the second part, one thing that a lot of you might be accustomed with is Loom videos, sending free value. So I'm going to be making a video teaching you Loom video scripts and free value and some workflows and case studies that you can set up and shit to basically make the eyes of the client pop. Shit to make you look like an authority. And then the final part of this series is going to be a sales calls masterclass, where I teach you how to conduct effective sales calls, take control of the conversation, and once again, manipulate them into spending money on you. All right, so if that sounds cool, let's get on with part 1 of the Ultimate Outreach Masterclass. So, this video is more than just an outreach method. It is a lesson on the buying psychology of potential clients and how to leverage that psychology in order to convince them to pay you. Now, let me ask you this. What does a copywriter do? I'll give you 3 seconds. That's right. A copywriter convinces people to buy things. That is what a copywriter does. Now, with that being said, If a copywriter's job is to convince someone to spend money, then why are you struggling so much to convince someone to spend money on you? Wouldn't that mean that your copywriting skills are inadequate? Yes, that's exactly what it means. So what do? Normally, I tell you to watch my full copywriting masterclass on YouTube so that you can actually learn how to write copy. But in this video, because I'm so nice, I'm going to give you an extra helping hand by walking you through the entire step-by-step specific copywriting methods that you should use in order to convince clients to pay you, rather than general copywriting techniques that just work all around. This video is all about convincing clients to pay you, convincing them that you are the man for the job, convincing them that they need a copywriter and you will make them more money and you are the best person for the job. That is what this video does. So I'm going to give you some examples now of outreach that doesn't work. Now, first, I just want to highlight this little template here, and then this one is kind of, if you just want to have a read of this one on the left, it's basically just this template put into practice. Now, one of my lads who's in my Discord community who I've been teaching up, he kind of posted this suggestion in the community, and he said, you know what I was thinking for cold email outreach, what if it read like this? Subject line, how to maximize your email marketing revenue in less than 2 weeks. And then the body is just describing the value of a freelance copywriter and basically pitching how you could grow their business through email marketing. Also including a Loom video that would just be introducing yourself and explaining how you can help and directing them to places in the email to show examples. Links could be to schedule a call. What are your thoughts? It's just an idea, but I thought it was clever. I know business owners like their stuff up front, so it's probably best to stick with that. Seems pretty clever, but let me know if I'm wrong. Sorry, Buster, wrong. I'm going to break that template down and explain to you why that is the worst method of outreach in the world. If you send someone an email, right, with a subject line that says how to maximize your email marketing revenue, and then it's just a massive sales pitch in that email, oh, I'm a freelance copywriter and I can make you all this money and I can do your email marketing revenue and I can do this and I can do that. And then there's a Loom video and then it's just you going, I can do this and I can do that. On the very first email that you send to a business who has no idea who you are, get fucked, Buster. You're going straight into the spam folder. That does not work. So I'm going to break it all down for you here. So, template breakdown, subject line, how to maximize your email marketing revenue. Why doesn't it work? Business owners receive dozens of spam emails just like this one every single day. Maximize this, revenue that. These emails get lost in a sea of desperate junk. You will be ignored if you reach out like this. Trust me when I say business owners receive dozens and dozens and dozens of spam emails off of idiots saying that they can increase revenue this and maximize that and SEO this and fucking revenue that. If you put that in your subject line as just fucking increase your email marketing revenue, they're going to ignore it immediately because it's just another spam email. So how do you get around it? What do you do in your first message, in your first email outreach? The subject line would be their name, your name, as demonstrated. John Doe, Cav Legacy. Why does it work? Because you might be thinking, what the fuck? Why does that work? This subject line is intriguing, okay? It's intriguing because business owners receive important emails every single day and they must check through them thoroughly. If your subject line is, I'm a copywriter and I can make you loads of money and increase your email marketing revenue in as little as 2 weeks, then they know exactly what's going to be inside the email. It's going to be a shitty sales pitch from some fucking loser who's desperate as fuck and trying to get fucking people to pay him and he's just another scam artist. You stick that in your fucking subject line, that's it, you're just another scam artist. See you later. Get fucked. They'll see the subject line, they know what's in the email, fuck you, see you later, not speaking to you. But if your subject line is the same as the above, their name, your name, then they have to open it because it could be something very important. They don't know that. They're a business owner, they receive emails every single day. So if they don't open that email, they could be missing something very important. So trust me when I say, they will open it. 100%. And then once they've opened it, it's all about the contents of the email, the copy that's in the email, whether or not, you actually get them to read and then take action. I'm going to show you how to do it now. So, bad copy. So in his template, he basically said, describe the value of copywriting and pitch how you can grow their business, plus add a Loom video to explain yourself, plus use examples, all in one email. Absolutely not. Why it doesn't work? If you've watched my advanced copywriting masterclass, then you might recognize the phrase stages of awareness. If you haven't seen it, I would highly suggest going and watching it because it explains a lot of the advanced copywriting principles that you need to know, because if you're new to this channel, copywriting is not just direct response to a fitness niche, right? You are all being fucking lied to make copywriting seem like it's easier than it actually is. Trust me when I say there is more to it than just writing fucking direct response and calling someone fat on a Google Doc. There's a lot more to it. So go and watch my advanced copywriting masterclass if you haven't seen it. For now, I'll give you a brief breakdown of what stages of awareness are. So when sending cold outreach, you are targeting prospects that are unaware. It's in the name. Cold outreach. Outreaching to someone who is cold. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you do. It's cold outreach. They don't know who you are. So they don't know they have a problem. They don't know that a solution exists. And they don't know you. This attempt at cold outreach aims to dump all of this knowledge on the prospect in one email, which is a fatal mistake. If you'd seen my advanced copywriting masterclass, you'd know why it's a fatal mistake. These guys don't know you, and they don't care about you at all. So as soon as you start pitching services, your email will just be deleted and ignored straight away, because they don't know who you are, they don't give a shit who you are. They get hundreds of emails like this every single day, so why the fuck should they care about you? So as soon as you start pitching them in the first outreach that you've sent, that's it, busted, you've lost it. Well done, good job. They're just going to ignore you. That's why no one's replying to you, because you're doing shit like that in your outreach. You need to make them care about you before you start pitching them your services. How do you make them care about you? It's complicated, we're going to cover it all in this video, but that is the essence of it. You have to make them care about you before you start pitching your services. You need to make them aware, then you need to make them interested, and then you need to make them consider their options, and then you need to close them. You don't try and do it all in fucking one email because it doesn't work. So here's an example. So these are more like best practices rather than examples. So avoid industry jargon in the first email. This is the first outreach that you send. Before you've got a response, this is the first outreach that you sent. You need to avoid industry jargon, saying things like revenue, conversions, email sequences, copywriting. It immediately sounds off alarm bells that this is a sales pitch. They don't care about you, they don't care about your services, you are just a bad taste in their mouth, another flea that is biting their skin. You start using industry jargon like revenue this, and upscale that, and fucking this, and fucking copywriting that, and marketing this. You start saying that in the first email that you send out to them, you're going to scare them away. You are literally just a flea that's biting them, along with the hundreds of other fleas in their inbox. So they're not going to listen to you. Don't do it. And another best practice as well to be aware of is if they are unaware, then you need to make them aware. You need to identify a problem that they have, then ask them a question hinting at this problem. And this could be anything from a missing welcome sequence to poor website copy, missed opportunities for data capture, etc., etc. And you just ask them a question. And I've got some examples there, but I'm briefly going to explain what I'm talking about. So your first outreach cannot be a sales pitch. Your first outreach has to identify a problem, but you can't make it sound like you're pitching them. So how do you identify a problem that a business has without pitching them? You ask a question that makes a reference to a problem that they have. And again, that problem could be a missing welcome sequence, it could be poor website copy, or it could be missed opportunities for data capture, it could literally be anything. But you have to ask a question that doesn't make it seem like you're trying to pitch them. You're just genuinely interested in asking this question. So let me explain it better. So this is bad outreach. This is doing everything that I've just told you not to do. Hi there, I subscribed to your newsletter and noticed you don't have a welcome sequence set up. Is this something you intend to look into? You're missing some serious potential in revenue by not utilizing email automation. That is absolute dog shit for an outreach because it's full of jargon. Now, yes, you've tried identifying a problem. You've identified the problem, which is they don't have a welcome sequence set up. But you've slapped a load of jargon in the very first message that you've sent them. And so they know it's a sales pitch and they're just going to think, fuck you. I get enough sales pitches. I don't need you. So how would you identify the problem of a missing welcome sequence without making it sound like you're pitching them like this? Hi there, I subscribed to your newsletter a few days ago, but I haven't received anything in my emails. Is this normal or will I be receiving an email from you soon? Why does that one work? You've subtly highlighted a problem by asking a question. And you've asked that question without using industry jargon. So you haven't said, I subscribe to your newsletter and notice you don't have a welcome sequence. You've said, I subscribe to your newsletter and I still haven't received anything. So now instantly the prospect is now aware of a problem. And the reason why they're aware of a problem is because you've just made them aware of that problem. You've asked them a question. I've signed up to your newsletter and I haven't received anything yet. So straight away, and you've got to remember these guys are business owners. Some of them are multi-millionaire business owners. They're not stupid. You say to them, I've just subscribed to your newsletter and haven't received anything. Why not? Instantly they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's a problem. They've subscribed to my newsletter and they haven't received an email yet. That is a genuine problem. These guys are not stupid, right? They will figure that out themselves subconsciously. You're just planting the seed that a problem exists. You jump into their DMs and you're saying, oh, you are missing a welcome sequence. You are missing a welcome sequence and therefore you are missing out on potential revenue and you are this and you are that. It's a pitch, fuck off, get out of my life. You message them and just say, I've subscribed to your newsletter and I haven't received anything yet. Why not? Then one, they're going to respond because you're asking why not. Is this normal or will I be receiving an email from you soon? They're going to respond. If they don't, they don't. They're never going to respond. But what this does is it breaks down their walls to respond. And more often than not, when they open this email, they're going to respond to you. And the reason they're going to respond to you is because they want satisfied customers. It's a business. You want to make people happy. You want your customers to be happy with what you're offering them. So if a customer reaches out to them and says, oh, I've got this problem, why is it occurring? They're going to try and reassure whoever's reached out to them. Now, this is also very important as well. This is also very important. When you're reaching out, your intention is to make the prospect assume that you are an interested customer. And it's very important this, right? You need to listen to me now. You are making them assume that you are an interested customer. If you purposefully lead them on to believe that you are an interested customer by, giving them like the compliment tactic. I'm really sorry, everyone that does the compliment tactic, fuck you, you're all shit. It is the worst tactic in the world. Imagine you've got a business, right? You're getting 10 messages a day from fans. And all these messages like, oh, absolutely love your latest video, bro. I've been implementing it into my life and it's helped me out so much. And then you're like, oh, brilliant. I'm glad I could help you. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I can do your emails for you if you want. Can you imagine how sick of it you get? You get absolutely fucking sick to death of it. Don't do it. Ask them a question, okay? You ask them a question because, again, it plants that seed. And when they follow up and you get around to actually following up on the conversation, you haven't explicitly said, oh, I love your brand and I'm, doing everything that your brand is teaching me and this and that and this. And then gone on to flip the narrative and then start pitching them. You haven't done any of that. What you've done is you've reached out to them with a question. They've just made the assumption that you're an interested customer. They've made that assumption themselves. You haven't led them on to believe that, but you have at the same time, but subtly. That's what copywriting is. And that's why this one works, because the follow-ups that you can send after this, it's not like the dip and flip method where you send them a compliment, pretend to be interested in who they are, and then pitch them, because it just leaves a bad taste in the mouth. This guy was pretending to be interested in my shit, and now he's trying to pitch me and take money off me. Fuck you, you fucking scumbag. Go fuck yourself. Whereas you ask them a genuine question, I subscribed to your newsletter the other day and I haven't received anything yet. Why not? That could be anyone. That could be a pitch, or it could be a customer. Leaves it up to interpretation. And more often than not, if you write it like this, you're going to seem like a customer, but you haven't explicitly said that you're a customer, and therefore you're not being disingenuous. And therefore, they have no reason to fucking put their wall up as soon as you start pitching them. Did that make any sort of sense? I hope it did. So for follow-ups, this is the important shit. A potential response, when you do get a response, will be something like this. It'll be, hi there, we release a monthly newsletter to all our subscribers, and the next one is scheduled to release in X weeks. Thank you for signing up. They're going to answer the question. So you've identified the problem. I've subscribed to your newsletter, but I haven't received anything yet. And then you've asked a question. Is this normal, or will I be receiving an email from you soon? Whatever you ask, they are going to answer, because they have addressed your concerns, and at the same time, you've planted that seed that a problem exists. And they've had to manually address that problem by sending you an update and a reason why that problem is occurring and how they intend to solve it. So it'd be like, yeah, you'll receive a monthly newsletter and the one's scheduled for the next 2 weeks. Thanks for subscribing. That would be the response that you would get. So a bad follow-up would be, thanks for clarifying. Did you know that you can set up a welcome sequence that could potentially bring in more sales to the business? Neglecting email automation is the same as leaving money on the table. I can help you if you want. Fucking shit. Go fuck yourself. That is fucking shit. This prospect is now problem aware. If you see my advanced copywriting masterclass, what stage of awareness comes after problem aware? Solution aware. So now that you've identified a problem, you need to make them aware that a solution exists. But at the same time, you still need to avoid using jargon because their walls are still going to be up. You start pitching them at this stage, it's not going to work. They need to be solution aware first before you can start pitching services. So at this stage, you need to make them solution aware while still being subtle. And this is how you do it. Thanks for clarifying. I was hoping to receive an email as soon as I signed up to your newsletter. Potential solution. You have just addressed a solution. I was hoping that I would have gotten an email as soon as I signed up. That's the solution. Without jargon, welcome sequence, automations. I was hoping to receive an email as soon as I signed up. Your client's not going to be fucking stupid. They're going to think that is a good idea. I will make sure that I set something up so that prospects get emails as soon as they sign up. You planted that seed in the back of their head. But I'm definitely excited for the next one, however long it takes. You highlighted another problem. You're not sending enough emails, bro. I'm waiting. I'm interested now. I might not be interested in 2 weeks. I'm interested now. You get me? And the most important thing of all, end it on a question again. You need to end it on a question because you need to get another response. Okay? If you don't end it on a question, they just might not respond. They probably won't respond. So you need to ask them another question. Something that is going to prompt them to respond. What type of news do you usually release? And what you've also done, for all of you copywriters who are a little bit more intermediate than the beginners, what type of newsletters do you usually release? You've highlighted another problem and presented another solution in one question. And that's because welcome sequences, when you set up a welcome sequence, the welcome email should tell you what to expect from the newsletter in the welcome email. What type of news do you usually release? So I've signed up to your newsletter. I haven't received an email. I don't know when I'm going to receive the next email. I don't know what's going to be in that email. You get me? There's just all these problems. And you've only sent 2 really quick messages. And I'm telling you now, just because I'm explaining it like this, makes it sound more complicated. I am telling you now, the prospect is going to have all this in the back of his head. These are just seeds that you planted in the back of his head. And he will want to address these problems because these are big problems, right? So again, why does it work? Now you've made him aware of a potential solution. but you haven't made it clear what that solution is. That is also very important. The solution is that they need to get an email when they sign up to the newsletter. They need to have something in place which will automatically send an email, but they don't know what that is. So they're aware that a solution exists, but they don't know what that solution is, okay? And you've also ended with a question to entice a response and continue the conversation. So the second follow-up, what would happen after this? This is the third message in the sequence. So their response will look something like this. I'm sorry you didn't receive an email immediately. This is definitely something we could potentially look into. Our newsletter is to update subscribers on the latest products and discounts, as well as news about the brand. They've apologised again. They've addressed the problem. Once again, I'm sorry you didn't receive an email. It's definitely something we can look into. Again, I've just fucking made this up, so they might not say that, but they will say something along those lines. And they will definitely answer the question that you asked. Our newsletter is to update subscribers on the latest products and discounts, as well as news about the brand. Because you asked that question. What should I expect to receive? So now that they've responded, you've also got more information about what they're sending in their email campaigns. So you've got more shit that you can use to pitch them later. Because if they're just sending fucking discounts and special offers, then their copywriting is shit. Because you don't just send discounts and special offers all the time. You have to warm up leads. You have to push them along the different stages of engagement, like you're doing with this prospect. So you've got more fuel that you can use, okay? So can you see how it's all starting to come together? How the outreach method works its magic. It's absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. This is true copywriting psychology. And if you're not taking notes, you're doing something wrong. And if you're not following this method when you're sending your outreach, you're the only person you've got to blame, because nobody else is showing you how to do this. I'm the only one that's actually showing you how to do outreach properly. If you're not listening to me, that's your fucking problem. Just because I've got 600 subscribers does not mean I'm shit. I've got something to prove. My shit needs to be better than everybody else. I started in 2024, couldn't get any fucking clients until I started figuring all this shit out on my own, because the free information on the internet is shit. And now I'm sharing it with you and teaching you how to do it properly. Use it, prove it, fucking works, I'm proof. I started in 2024 when everyone said that it were already saturated. People have been saying it's saturated for fucking 2 years now. 3 years people have been saying it's saturated. No, it's not. I've only just started. I started about 10, 11 months ago. I got into it in March. I got my first client in May. And a bunch of lads that are working with me now in my community that are taking the coaching off me. I've got 3 lads who have already made who are already making $4,000 a month. I've got 1 lad who's making $1,000 a week, and he doesn't even have any clients because I've taught him my method. Copywriting is not dead and it never will die. And it's absolutely ridiculous that people are fucking thinking it's going to die. It's crazy. You're all just really fucking shit at writing copy, and I'm sorry. You're all just really shit at writing copy and you're really shit at getting clients. That's the only reason people think it's saturated and people think you can't do it, because you're all fucking shit. So listen to what I'm saying, because I'm teaching you how to do it properly. If you don't want to listen, that's your problem. I don't give a shit. Let's continue. Bad follow-up. So a bad response would be, that's all right, don't worry, I'm actually an email marketer and I can help you improve your newsletter and welcome automations and brand emails. Here's how I can help. I can set up an automation. Fucking chill out, okay? Now, yes, you need to make them product aware at this stage. You've identified a problem. You've identified the solution. So now the prospect is solution aware. So now you need to make them product aware. But that is absolutely not how you do it. You need to do it like this. You need to ease your way in subtly. You need to be subtle, okay? You need to be very, very subtle. This is how you do it. That's all right. It would definitely be a good idea to set up some sort of automation for new subscribers. This is the first instance of jargon that you will be using. All right? And it just eases them in. Eases them in. It would definitely be a good idea to set up some sort of automation. You're not saying, I can help you set up a welcome sequence and automate your email campaigns, and I can do this and I can do that, and I'm the boss, and You're not doing that. You're just saying it would definitely be a good idea to set up some sort of automation. It might be a good idea to set up some sort of automation. You might be able to offer them discounts or special offers after they sign up to try and close the deal while the interest is still high. I happen to know a thing or two about email automations. And because I love your brand, I've made a quick video for you to help demonstrate how it works and how it could potentially help you and your brand. I hope it helps. You've been subtle. You've been friendly. You've been subtle. You've been humble, which is very important. You're not just saying, I am an email marketing expert and I can increase your revenue shares by £10 million and you can do this and you can do that and I can do this and I can do that and you can make loads of money. You're not saying it like that. You need to be humble, okay? I happen to know a thing or two about emails. And because I really like your brand, I've made a video for you. You can check it out if you want to. You don't have to, but it's there if you want to have a look at it. Hope it helps. And that is it. That is all you need to do. Subtle, completely nonchalant, just introduce them, make them product aware. You've made them product aware because you've said, I happen to know a thing or two. You are the service, you are the product. So you've made them product aware. I happen to know a thing or two. And I've made a video which will help explain it better if you would like to watch it. Yeah? Why does it work? Second follow-up is much more genuine and offers visual representation of what the brand is missing, how that gap can be filled, and how it will benefit them in the long run. Now, I got a question, right, because I was delivering this presentation to all my lads in the Discord before I made this video, and I got a question from them. And they said to me something along the lines of, well, what are you supposed to do in the Loom video? If you're saying that you still need to be subtle at this stage, and you still need, then that's contradicting everything about Loom videos that I've seen on the internet. So what am I supposed to do in the Loom video? You are supposed to be hardcore in the Loom video. Do you know why? Because you've identified a problem, okay? And then identified a solution, so now they're interested. And then you've made them product aware by saying, I happen to know a thing or two. So now they might be considering it. If they've taken that action to watch that video, guess what? They're considering. They're in the consideration stage. So as soon as that video begins playing, they're now in the conversion stage. Okay? They are now in the conversion stage of engagement because you've hit all the touch points of the buyer's journey. You've identified a problem. You've identified the solution. You've identified the product. They are now product aware. They've taken the call to action to watch the video because they are interested and they are actively considering whether or not you can help them. And so once they land on that video, now is the time for the direct response. And in the Loom video, that is when you're going to be like, right, this is how much money I can make you. This is what I can do for you. If you do this, then you will make X. If you do this, then this will improve that. And that is when, in the Loom video, you give them a hard pitch. Because by that point, they're ready for it. They are ready to hear it. Because they have gone out of their way to click that video. After you've warmed them up. You've warmed them up through the emails and they have taken their time to click on that video to watch it. So now is the time to give them the hard pitch because they're ready to hear it. They are warmed up and ready to go. Pitch them hard as fuck. In the next video, I'll teach you how to do the Loom videos and I'll teach you the fucking perfect template of how to record a successful Loom video to get clients every single time without fail. Show you how to do it in the next video. For now, let's continue this one. So, usually, after you send them the Loom video, the follow-up is going to be, holy shit, let's book a call. While that video was really helpful, some prospects may even ask you to book a call there and then. More often than not, if you do a good job in the Loom video, then they'll just say, holy shit, that sounds really helpful, can we talk? And then you're going to be like, yep, there you go, sales call. But if they don't say that, and they literally just say, oh, wow, thank you, that was really helpful, this is what you follow up with. Happy to help. There's only so much that I can pack into a 5-minute video, so the process is a little bit more complicated than that. If it sounds good to you, we can jump on a quick call so I can explain things a little better for you. Here's a link if you'd like to chat. All the best. Why does that work? Your prospect is now aware of a problem, aware that a solution exists, and aware that you, the product, are the solution. And they know, by this point, that they can't solve the problem themselves, and they know that they need your help. Reason being is there's only so much that I can pack into a 5-minute video. So it's more complicated than that. So don't get your hopes up, Buster. I might have done a really good job explaining it on the Loom video, but you can't fucking do it because it's a lot more complicated than what I just explained to you there. So we need to talk about it more. You can't just use that video to go and do it yourself because it's more complicated than that. So you have to talk to me. You have to. You ain't got a choice. And that is where the sales call comes from. Now, like I said, 50-50, they'll ask for a sales call straight away. If they don't, that's what you do. I'm glad you liked the video, but you still don't know how to do it because I couldn't tell you anything in that video. So you literally need to speak to me if you want to solve these problems. And they do, because they're still talking to you. They watched the video. So yes, they still need your help. Cracked. So key takeaways before the video ends. Outreach is copywriting. You are using persuasive language to convince someone to buy something. If you are not confident in your ability to convince someone to buy something, that means you are not a good enough copywriter to be doing outreach yet. If you are not a good enough copywriter to be doing outreach yet, go back to my channel, watch the rest of my videos because I teach the shit that nobody else teaches you. My free course on YouTube is better than any paid course on the internet because I teach you the shit that you actually need to know. Go back, watch it. If you don't think it is, fuck off, go watch Tyson 4D. Don't give a shit. He's been pulling your leg for fucking years. Don't care. Do what you want. If you do want to learn how to write real copy though, go back, watch the rest of my videos if you haven't already. If you want to learn even more, if you've watched all my videos, sign up to my newsletter because 1, I write copy every single week and my copy is fucking immaculate. 2, you'll get access to my Discord so you can meet everyone that I've been training and find out how much money they've made, the skills that I've taught them, etc, etc, etc. And 3, do it because you like me, because I don't have any subscribers and I need clout. Next key takeaway is trying to push the prospect through the 5 stages of engagement in the very first email is impossible. Don't believe me? Crack on. Whatever. Don't care. It's not my time that's being wasted. You crack on and do what you think's best, Buster. Next key takeaway is avoid jargon in early emails to stay under the radar. Slowly introduce the problems they have and the solutions to those problems before you highlight yourself and your service as the solution that they need. Very important. Demonstrate how you can help with a Loom video to build trust and authority. Tutorial coming in the next video next week. And entice an urgent call to action by hinting that they are unable to solve this problem alone and you are the be-all and end-all to all of their problems. That is how you get a sales call booked. Okay? There's still one more piece of the puzzle though. You still need to find out how to make a really good Loom video. So you can try this week while you're waiting for the next video. You can try it, and then when the next video comes out, then you can start using the Loom video practice. For now, that is how you get a sales call booked without the Loom video tutorial. Loom video is coming out next week, so that's it. I'm not going to waffle on anymore. I will just see you all in the next video for a Loom video tutorial. Peace.